Hello everybody. In this video, I'm going to cover 10 things that everybody needs when they're preparing to apply for college. This is great advice for homeschool students as well as public school and private school students. I'm a homeschooler and I've had to figure out this process on my own. So I'd love to share with you some tips that I've learned as I begin preparing for college. The first thing that you need for your college application is your transcript. Your transcript is going to report your weighted and your unweighted GPA. If you attend a public or a private school, then that school can submit your transcript to the colleges that you plan on attending. If you're homeschooled, then you'll have to build your own transcript. You'll likely use services such as Homeschool Records in order to be able to create a transcript. When figuring out what classes to take and what classes to record on your transcript, how many credits each class should get, generally I'd recommend that if you take a class over one semester, that it gets a half credit. If you take a class over 2 semesters, then it gets 1 whole credit. Also, it's important to make sure that you report your students' weighted GPA. Colleges want to see students taking rigorous courses, not just regular level courses, but honors, dual enrollment, AP courses, and in fact, it generally means more to them if you get an A- or a B+ on a more difficult, challenging course than if you get an A in a regular course. So it's important to record on your transcript what type of course you're taking. Obviously, for many homeschool students, you can't take AP courses, but when a parent thinks it's reasonable, you can record your classes as honors. And it could be a good idea to take dual enrollment classes through your high school or your community college as well. The second thing that you need when you're applying to college is SAT, ACT, or CLT scores. The truth is, for many colleges, these scores are actually optional, and if that's the case, you may choose not to take the tests or not to submit your scores. But if you do have them and they generally fall within the 25 percentile range for the school you're attending or above, I'd recommend that you go ahead and submit them. So make sure you submit your scores to the colleges that you plan on applying to. If you have other test scores such as CLEP scores or AP exams that you would like your college to be able to see, then make sure you submit those as well. Homeschoolers could choose to take CLEP exams or AP exams for college credit. In fact, I recommend doing this, and it can show colleges that you are prepared for college success academically. Before I go any further, I just really want to encourage you to like and subscribe to my channel. This channel is an extracurricular that I'm doing over the summer, and it can really help me if you engage with my channel in my own college application process. It's an extracurricular I'm doing, and if you engage, then it allows me to show colleges how I'm making an impact on the community, and it can help me get admitted to the college of my dreams. Additionally, by subscribing, you can help me monetize my channel and begin paying for college. So it's not just doing yourself a favor by allowing you to watch more videos like this one that can help you prepare for college, but it's allowing me to be able to achieve my dreams. So again, really appreciate it if you would engage with my channel by liking and subscribing. The fourth thing that you need for your college application is a list of extracurricular activities. This is a great thing to begin building even over the summer before you begin applying to college. When you're creating a list of things, find a mixture of activities and try to write down or type in a document such as a Google document for all the activities that you've done over your years in high school, starting in 9th grade. Write down the role that you played in these activities, how long you participated in them, so like what grades you participated in them for, how many weeks of the year you participated in them, how many hours you spent each week participating, and a general description for the activity, because you're going to need to have this information when you begin creating your application, either on the Common App or the Coalition app or some other form of application. Additionally, it can help you as you begin writing personal essays, because extracurriculars are a great thing to talk about in these essays. Another thing that you need to include is a list of awards. So again, brainstorm over the summer list of awards you've received, recognition that you've received while you've been in high school. Some of these could be awards for competitions that you received for the extracurriculars you participated in. There could be a lot of overlap, but it's important for colleges to be able to see, hey, you got second place in this tournament. You were recognized as best in school for this. For homeschoolers, you may not have so many awards, but you still may have some. So it's important to brainstorm what those awards are, because it's easy to forgotten about them, especially if they were in 9th or 10th grade. The sixth thing that you need for your college application are letters of recommendation. And this is a great thing to begin asking for from your junior year teachers at the end of junior year, or even the summer after junior year, and at the beginning of senior year. Generally, you're going to want one letter of recommendation from a high school counselor. If you're homeschooled, then you're going to be asking for a letter of recommendation from your parent. Additionally, colleges are going to be looking for letters of recommendation from 1 or 2 teachers. Sometimes they might allow you to include optional letters of recommendation from people such as a coach or a pastor. And for homeschoolers, there's a little bit more flexibility on where these letters of recommendation are coming from, but typically for private or public schoolers, they're going to want these teachers to have taught you in core areas such as history, science, math, or English, and to have been your junior or senior year teachers. It's great to give these teachers a heads up at the end of junior year, over the summer after junior year, or early in your senior year, so that they can begin preparing these letters, begin making a note of in-class situations. So it'd be great to talk about the specific examples in these letters and allow them to be able to save enough time to be able to write your letter. Make sure you only ask teachers who you feel like know you pretty well, would give you a good character reference, not a teacher that you feel like doesn't know you very well or wouldn't speak positively about you. The seventh thing that you need to include in your college application is personal essays. So these personal essays are going to be about a variety of things. You can get an idea of what these essays might be about by looking up a list of essays required for the common application or the coalition application, and then a list of college-specific essays from previous years for the colleges you plan on applying to. It's great to go ahead and make some rough drafts of these prompts so that you're not just trying to push out a bunch of essays within several weeks, and allow you to begin planning ahead, planning on topics, in order to make sure that your application is as good as possible. The eighth thing that some students will choose to include in their application, but it's optional, is supplemental portion. And so this could be, for example, an art portfolio. It's something that's a little more unique to you, but you feel like your story as a student wouldn't be told without it. And oftentimes it comes in the form of a portfolio, such as art. Sometimes it's a major accomplishment, like a piece of work that you've done. And most students won't be submitting anything like this, but it's important that if you plan to, you get this prepared ahead of time so that it's just one less thing that you have to worry about when August 1st happens and you're allowed to apply to college. The ninth thing that students need to do is create a FAFSA application, and so generally pulling together financial records, that type of thing, so that they're able to fill out quickly when they need to, so that they are eligible for need-based aid. Some colleges won't even allow you to be eligible for merit-based aid if you don't fill out a FAFSA form. So this is really important that you do this when you're applying to college, and not just waiting until after you hear back from the college before submitting FAFSA or a CSS profile. And the 10th thing that you need to do, which is not really a part of your application, but it's the timing with which you choose to submit your application. Decide whether you want to apply early decision anywhere, which means that you are committed to that school no matter what financial aid offer you get back. If they accept you, you are attending. Decide whether you're going to apply early decision to anywhere, or early action, which just essentially means that you're applying early. You maybe have a higher chance of getting into school by doing that, but you're not required to go to school if you are admitted. Or a regular decision. Regular decision allows you to spend a little more time putting together your application, but you can show some commitment level if you apply early. Also, there are some schools that only consider you for scholarships if you apply early, or only allow you to open up the scholarship profile to be able to apply for scholarships, such as Vanderbilt University, if you apply earlier. And so it's important to create a timeline with the dates of when you want to start working on your application for that college, when you want to finish by, when you want to submit by, what type of decision you plan on applying for, and if there's outside scholarships that you plan on applying for. Some schools automatically consider you for all the scholarships that are college-based at that university as soon as you apply. Some colleges require separate applications for all of their scholarships. So it's important to be aware of what the colleges that you're applying to offer and what their policies are. I hope you found this video helpful on the 10 things that you need to keep in mind as you're applying for college, the things that colleges are going to consider when they're deciding whether to admit you, and then just some tips on pulling together your college application, when you should start doing that. If you did find it helpful, then I'd appreciate if you'd like and subscribe. If you have any ideas for future videos or any questions about this video, I would love to hear about it, so please put those in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and good luck on the college application process.